The topic of skin involves the theme of separation. The skin reacts according to the external skin schema. This means that the conflict active phase does not hurt, but the healing does. Eczema, where the skin is weeping and itching, is thus the healing phase. More on this after a brief intro.
Learn about the 5 biological laws of nature. Take responsibility for yourself and your body. And now, let's get started.
A person caught in a recurring healing process. I'll explain this using the example of a kindergarten child. The child goes to kindergarten and for the first time is separated from their beloved mother. This is acutely traumatic for the child, who feels utterly abandoned, and for the child, the situation arises suddenly. These 3 components are necessary for the organ to react with a symptom. The child experiences a Dirk Hamer Syndrom, the conflict shock. During the kindergarten morning, the skin begins to degrade. It is cold and does not hurt. This phase is not actively felt. Once the child finally returns home and is reunited with their beloved mother, the skin begins to rebuild. The skin starts to redden, it itches and weeps. This is the healing phase. Yet the next day, the child must return to kindergarten and it all starts over again. There is a constant degradation and rebuilding of the skin, a constant in and out. In today's society, it is difficult for this child to stop this program because of compulsory schooling. A biological solution would be required here, which is that the child belongs with the mother. Unfortunately, this is not possible here. Many children with eczema only escape this vicious cycle when they get older, usually by puberty, when they are suddenly glad that their mother is not always there. However, there are also children who are born with eczema. The unborn child can already suffer a conflict in the womb. For example, it may happen that the older brother repeatedly bumps the mother's baby belly harshly. This can be conflictual for the unborn child, wanting to be separated from the older brother. The older brother then also serves as the track. A track is something or someone that reminds you of the original conflict. The conflict is then reactivated, even without the 3 criteria of being acutely traumatic, feeling utterly abandoned, and arriving unexpectedly. A track is an early warning system. Back when the brother was there, something terrible happened. I was pushed, and it hurt. Thus, the significant biological special program, as Dr. Hamer has called a disease, starts all over again.
I'll be right back. If you need support, don't hesitate to contact me.
In principle, every rash reacts according to the same pattern. Every change in the skin has to do with separation. Depending on the location, it is about wanting to be separated or not wanting to be separated. On the outer sides of the body, like the outer elbow, back, outside of the leg, etc., the person wants to be separated from someone. On the inner sides of the body, like the stomach, inner elbows, chest, etc., they were separated but did not want to be. To find out who was involved in these conflicts, we work again with handedness. For a right-handed person, the left side of the body is the mother-child side, and the right side of the body is the partner side. For a left-handed person, it is the opposite. If a right-handed person reacts on their left side of the body, it is an issue with their own mother, or if present, with their own children. Finding a conflict on the partner side is naturally much more difficult, as besides the mother and one's own children, all people are possible candidates. Normally, it has to do with a person who is closely related to one. so not a politician or a distant acquaintance. It is so that a conflict can also be felt locally. This means that if you were touched by someone at a spot and you did not want it, or vice versa, the body can also react locally with a symptom. You can also react on behalf of someone else. For example, if you have to keep your dog on a leash all day because the neighbor's children are constantly playing in front of your front door, then you can react on behalf of the dog with wanting to be separated. Then the skin degrades. When you can finally let the dog off the leash, it rebuilds and your rash begins. The conflict must have occurred with something cuddly. Thus, the teddy bear also works for the child. If the beloved teddy suddenly disappears, the child can also react with a rash. Or you can also react if your pet does something or something happens to it. However, if the baby has a sore bottom, it does not want to be separated from the cloth used for cleaning, but from the person who handled it roughly. Reactions to chemical agents in cleaning wipes are of course excluded. That is then an external influence and amounts to poisoning. Germanic medicine explains exclusively programs that arise on their own.
If you found this information intriguing, be sure to check out my website for more insights. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on my latest content. Thanks for joining me today and I'll see you in the next video.